Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal Francis. This video is going to be pretty long, so I want to get right into it, but we got a couple of things to talk about first. And I'm going to be really quick and kind of speed through. Number one I want to talk about is I'm working on going cruelty-free on my channel, but I haven't done enough research to decide what level of cruelty-free I want this channel to be. So bear with me. The makeup that I'm going to talk about today is not cruelty-free, or they're not all cruelty-free. I'm just going to be showing you my eyeshadow palettes. When I'm sorry, I had a senior moment there for a minute. I forgot what I was going to ask, or say, not ask. I am working on getting Instagram, Snapchat, these kind of things, Twitter, all set up for myself, so you guys can reach me on other avenues besides here, and a few of you can reach me on Facebook. I'm trying to get all of that together. When I do, when I get it all lined out, all my little ducks in a row, then I'll let you guys know, and I will always make sure to include all that information in the description box. I think that's pretty much it. I do want to say, though, when I say eyeshadow palettes, I mean a palette. I don't mean an eyeshadow quad like this. This is it's a CoverGirl quad. I don't mean like that. Little three-fer, or, an eyeshadow trio, or duo, or singles. I'm talking about palettes. So, I'm going to try to go, I'm just showing you my collection, okay? I'm not bragging, just showing you what I have. If you see something if you see one of these and you think, ooh, I really wish she would, do a palette series on that palette, let me know in the comment section below. If you see a palette you would like for me to review and really, dive into a little bit. I'm gonna try to go drugstore and then cruelty-free. I'm also gonna try to make sure that all the palettes under the same brand are kind of kept together. If I mess up, give your girl a little slack. So the first thing that I want to say, though, is you see these shelves back here? I've got another one really high up there that I can't reach, and it's got 4 of my naked eyeshadow palettes. Let me reach down here and get this one by Urban Decay. This is this is the original naked palette in the box and everything. I'm going to go ahead and give you a sneak peek at this one because I can't reach the others up there. So this is the original naked palette. It's velvet and lovely. And so here's what that looks like. And all of the naked eyeshadow palettes are kind of similar in that they sort of start out going lightest to darkest in the shades, sort of, and they all include an eyeshadow brush and a mirror, and they're kind of this size-ish. So anyway, this one has been discontinued, but you can still get the Naked 2, the Naked 3, the Naked Heat palette. Sorry guys, I'm having some issues with my palette and my box. Still can't get it in there. Okay. We're just going to put it off to the side. Okay. So I'm going to start off with with the drugstore first. I just kind of wanted to get the naked palette out of the way to kind of give you an idea, because I can't get up there to reach I have the quad box, with the Naked Heat. The original, the 2, the 3, and the Heat. The Naked Heat. So I don't have the Naked Cherry. I do wish I had it. It would probably be my favorite. I don't know that though, but anyway. So we're going to go with some hard candy first. This is Look Pro Metal Eyes. It looks like this. Okay. And when you open it up, it's got a dual-ended eyeshadow brush here. It's got 4 metallic shades, an eyeliner. This is like, basically it's setting spray liquid is what it says. I don't know. And then you've got this little tin in here, and it comes out. It's a little mixing tin. So as you can see, I kind of had to dig out the color, the powder, and put it in here. And then you drop in some of the liquid drops, and you mix it together. And then it's like foil. It's foiled on your eyes. And I haven't used like this little rose gold color, but I've used the copper, the silver, and the gold. And wow, they're really great. Okay. Another hard candy. I don't know if, I don't know if all these are still available or not. You know, we'll just have to do some research, I guess. If you have questions or if you want to know if one is still available and, you know, I didn't include it in the description box below or something, you know, just put in the comments section, hey, don't forget about me. I want to know about this one. Okay, so, and I'll work on that. So this is Hard Candy Smoky Eyes Smoky Eyeshadow Palette. Whoa. Excuse me. Looks like that. It's got kind of a lavender pink look. And then you open it up. It looks like this. There was some Hard Candy eyeshadow primer here. Comes with a mirror and 9 shades. Eyeliner, and there was a, you know, that foam applicator eyeshadow thing that all drugstore eyeshadow palettes and quads have in them. Anyway, that was in there. And then this little pamphlet here, you take it out and it shows you how to create different looks. And I love it because these are highlight shades, these are transition shades, and these are your deep shades for drama. So you'll use like these 3 shades or these 3 shades or these 3 shades. And it's set up for really simple, you know, you can use it like that, or you can use them interchangeably, like maybe I want to use this color and this color and this color. I don't know. Anyway, I'll pull it up closer so you guys can see the shadows. And I love these Smoky Eyes palettes that Hard Candy came out with. I do love them. This one is the Natural Eyes Neutral Eyeshadow Palette. Hello. I don't want to give you guys too much glare. So here you can see exactly what I was talking about from the missing pieces of the other one. Come in really close so you guys can see. This is for, you know, brown, naturally looks. Like that one. And the tin is kind of a golden shade. And then we have Sassy Eyes. And this is definitely more pink than the last one. Not the last one was golden, but the one before, the first one. The first one, it was more like a lavender. This is more pink. And again, The eyeshadow primer is gone, but that's what that palette looks like. They have mattes and shimmers and frost, and I think one of them has some glitter in it. And so I apologize if we're going too fast, guys. This is going to be a very long video. Excuse me for getting out of frame. Looking for my hard candy palettes. I have a box here. Not a miss any. Okay. I think I have decluttered all my other hard candy eyeshadow palettes that I had. I had several like these, and now I just have these. This is a very blue eyeshadow palette, and they all come with a mirror on the side there, and you can see how beautiful those shades are. They're just gorgeous. Very blue. Very pretty. These are really glittery. They have like a top glitter spray on top, and then you get to the color, and they're pretty much all frosted shades. Okay, so I think that's all hard candy. Let's see. Grab my Maybelline palettes. Okay. Okay, so I have the Nudes by Maybelline. And these all come with sponge tip applicators that look like that. And these do not come with a mirror. And these are just, they're typical Maybelline shadows. If you're a Maybelline eyeshadow girl, you're going to love them. And then we have the blushed nudes. There we go. See, I really liked this one. You can see these two really used some of those. You could tell I like that. It's a good pink. It's a good pink palette. So this is the 24 karat nudes. It's got a really pretty pop of purple. I like that. Because, I love me some purple. And then I have the burgundy bar, which I haven't used a whole lot of. Just kind of swatched it a little bit, and I think I've done one look with it, but I hadn't really dug into this palette. So those are Maybelline. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Oh, and here's this one. I forgot about it. This is the City Mini palette. And these are 6pan eyeshadow palettes. Maybelline came out with several. This is, she's so blind. I can't tell. Graffiti Pop. There you go. Graffiti Pop. I don't have my glasses handy right now. And those typically what you're going to do is you're going to use these 3 shades and these 3 shades. But I would use these 3 and then use this one as a highlight always. And if you want to include a brown transition shade with your purples, you can do that. And it'll kind of tone down that bright of the purple. If it's a little bit too much, you want to use like a little bit of brown in the crease to kind of give some depth and definition before you start adding color. Okay, so these are a few palettes that are just kind of, oh, looky here what I found. You see, I told you I might get them out of order. This is a hard candy palette. Another one, I forgot I had it. These are baked shadows. It's got a little mirror in the top there, but it's minuscule and tiny. I don't know why they put it in there. Anyway, let's see. Very frosted shades, no mattes here. And these two up top are very glittery. You can see that silver. Man, those are really pretty. Okay, so hard candy done now. Okay, so I've got two Profusion palettes. And just between you and me and Vince Post, Profusion is one of those brands that either they're going to hit it right on, knock it out of the park. It's going to be a holy grail product, or you're going to wish you had given it to, you know, a little girl, because it's like, in my mind, it's equivalent to like something you would buy at Claire's. So, you know, 11, 12, if they're using makeup that young, 14, you know, when you're first starting out with makeup, okay. But it's not going to be something, you know, products that you're going to want to use in your everyday life, okay? And I would say 9 times out of 10, it's little girl products. But then every once in a while you get that, you know, 1 out of 10 where it's like, bam, they just hit it they just knocked it right out of the park. I mean, it's holy grail. There's nothing like it. It might as well be luxury. You might as well be paying $50 for 2 shadows or something. I mean, it's just, they're really good. So this is my favorite of the Profusion palettes I have. This is Nude 6-color eyeshadow palette. The palette looks like this. Okay, and I got this at Walgreens. And this is just a 6-pan eyeshadow palette. It's got a little cheapy mirror. And get the look. It's got instructions written there on how to get the look or whatever. How to get. You can see I have really used this palette. I love these kinds of shades. This is one of those knock it out of the park, holy grail. There's not a lot of color in here, so I don't use it very often, but this is, oh man, these are good shadows. They're very good. This is also by Profusion. It's called Twinkle Twinkle 5-color eyeshadow, and it looks like this. And I don't know why, but that hair just keeps sticking out. You know, I have applied conditioner and oils and all kinds of stuff, and I still driving me crazy. Okay. Still, I got stuff sticking out spots. How many of you have had hair issues your whole life? Yeah. Okay. This one is kind of weird. Looks like this, but if you take out this guy, you can see there's a little mirror in there. And I always wonder, why do they waste time putting in that tiniest of mirrors? I don't get that. Okay, so these are This palette is not really a palette that you can use like I like to use an eyeshadow palette, where I like to pick up a palette and not have to pick up another one. Okay, you can, but it's not really, I wouldn't normally do that. You can use this one as a transition shade if you're as fair-skinned as me and I'm ghosty. I'm almost always the fairest, lightest shade of foundation or concealer. Sometimes they don't even make concealer light enough for my skin tone. True story. Okay. So if you have really fair skin, you can use this as a transition color and then use one of these as like a V or a crease color and use this as the highlight. But usually this is just a, you're just grabbing it for a color. Okay, this is Beauty Treats eyeshadow palette. And I got this at the Dollar Tree. So you want to be gentle with the packaging because, you're getting it for $1. So you're not going to be expecting luxury here. And as you can see, I have used this palette. Not every shade, but I have used this palette. And it's got some blues and purples on this side, on the darker side, and then your neutrally brown shades over here. This is a typical drugstore, like what I would consider like bottom shelf drugstore. It works, but it's not a favorite. Okay. So now let's go with Wet n Wild. How about Wet n Wild? Okay. So this is they're all my favorite Wet n Wild palettes because they're Wet n Wild. So if you haven't tried Wet n Wild products, you need to try them. They're great. Eyeshadow especially is awesome. This one is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Eyeshadow Collection is what it's called. Got it at Walgreens. And it is number 736, Petal Pusher. I'll open it up for you guys so you can see the shades up close. If you guys have not tried Wet n Wild eyeshadow, this specifically, if you can get your hands on the palettes that look like this, where you can see there's writing, definer, crease, eyelid, and brow bone. If you can get the eyeshadow palettes, the Color Icon eyeshadow palettes that look like these are holy grail status eyeshadow palettes. I'm telling you. You talk to any beauty guru on YouTube and they're going to have this palette if they've been doing it for 10 minutes. So this one is number 738, Comfort Zone. Everybody has this palette. When these palettes came out, everybody and their dog were talking about this specific one right here. And let me tell you, it's because of this shadow right here. This is what they call duochrome, in case you don't know. See how it's got like a brown undertone, but the shimmer is green? Oh my God. And a little swatch for you guys. See? Oh man, oh my gosh. That's what good drugstore eyeshadow looks like, in case you don't know. Okay, it says new on it, but I don't know how new it is. It's still Wet n Wild, but it's part of the Fergie line. open that up for you. And this came with a little brush. And you guys know how rare that is. I'm going to have to pause the video and put more oil on my hair to deal with this. Okay, so here's the brush that comes with it. It's got a fluffy, round blender brush on one end, and on the other end, it's got a flat packer brush. So, it's okay. It's okay. It's not a great holy grail brush, but it's okay. And here are the colors, and it does come with highlights and with deep matte brown and black. So if you're a neutral girl, warms, this has everything you're gonna need or want or whatever. So anyway, love that. Okay, so, and while we're talking about Wet n Wild, I'm not going to show you guys all of them because, like I said, you know, I don't do trios, or I'm not doing trios or quads. But if you can find these Wet n Wild eyeshadow trios, they're the color Icon. They're discontinued, but if you can find them, they are way more than worth it. And I have this one is by L'Oreal, Paradise Enchanted. Looks like that. There you go. And this palette, oh, I love these shades. Yep. This is a peachy palette. It smells peach. It smells like peach. They kind of took the go ahead from Too Faced in their Sweet Peach palette. They added some peach scent. So hold on, let me straighten some stuff up and get some more room, and I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Don't go away. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys my CoverGirl palettes. I only have two. I have the dupes that they did for the Urban Decay Naked palettes. They kind of did some dupes. And this is the dupe for the original called the Nudes. And they have these shades are supposed to be, now I haven't done a side-by-side comparison or anything, but they're supposed to be all identical dupes for colors that are in the Naked palette itself, the Urban Decay Naked palette. Frosted, matte, good, just a good all-around palette. If you like neutral eye looks, this is going to be great for you. If you like pinks, here's another pink one. This one is the CoverGirl True Naked Roses. Roses palette. It's supposed to copy the Naked 3 a little bit. And it's beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Milani. So, you guys know that hashtag not sponsored, wish I was. Okay, Milani is like, if I had to choose one drugstore brand that to me is like, yeah, that's what I think you should go for. If you're a drugstore makeup brand, Milani is like top of the list. Milani's they're top tier drugstore products. I often say, kind of jokingly, but not really, Milani is a luxury cosmetics line, but in the drugstore at drugstore prices. So, and I truly feel that way about everything that they put out. It's like everything is just, okay, that's a 10. Okay, that's a 9. Okay, that's a 10. Out of, 1 to 10, 10 being the greatest. So, most everything that they put out is just, it's top awesomeness. So this is the Milani Everyday Eyes eyeshadow collection. Excuse me. This is number 2, Bare Necessities. And that looks like that. And here's the backs. And now there are several of these Everyday Eyes. And you see up here, it tells you, let me get in close enough, maybe you guys can see, where it says, you know, liner, and I am all over, I'm sorry, I'm so shaky. Liner, base, crease, lid, like that, okay? And here it shows you 3 different eyeshadow looks that, well, it's not really 3 different looks. It's one look, but if you start out with this, it's a look. If you continue on to this, this is a second look. If you complete it, and because you're wanting more of a deep evening, dark, dramatic look, then, you know, this is another look. And it shows you how to use the colors, all the colors that come in the palette. So I love that. And you have, and these, not my favorite brushes, but it comes with a packer brush on one end and a fluffy blending brush on the other end. You can see they're really dirty. I use it. Okay, so this is a matte brown. Okay, this is also a matte brown, chocolatey. Okay, the rest of these shades are frosty shimmer shades. This shade up here is a glitter shade. It's a glittery highlight shade. Let me see that one swipe across there. Oh, guys, you see there? But it doesn't come up glittery on your face. So, yeah. So then I only have 2, but I wish I had them all. They have several. This one is number 4, Plum Basics. And it looks like that. Open it up for you guys so you guys can see. Come back. Gorgeous. It's really pretty. Okay. And then they've also come out with another set of eyeshadow palettes that I only have one palette in the set, or in that they came out with. I have Pure Passion. Okay, this is what the box looks like. I am a weirdo. I keep my boxes. So if it comes in a box, I keep the box. This is what the, yeah, we're looking at me. Hi. It's very reflective. Pure Passions. And this is the back, has the colors and the names and, you know, information on the back there. And you open it up and it's all bam, mirror awesomeness. Okay. And then you have a row of shimmers, a row of mattes, a row of darker shimmers, and a row of darker mattes. And it's supposed to be they're supposed to be very plum, rosy, rose gold color shades, but berry, but I don't find that they really are. They're more, still more brown, coppery, neutrally looking than they ever look on the back here. They're so much more coppery and stuff. More neutral, more warm than cool. So that's it for Milani and CoverGirl. So now I'm going to talk to you guys about some brands that I got at Ulta, or maybe my mother bought for me or something off of Top Hatter. It's an app. That they're so good, I can't tell if they're luxury or drugstore. And the price is drugstore. So, to me. So, let's start with ColourPop. It's little, it's right on top. Here's the box. I always keep the box. This is a Take Me Home palette. And it was sitting there at Ulta, just, you know, one of those little things right before you walk out the door and you're in the line to check out, and there it was. Take me home. And I thought, I haven't ever tried a ColourPop before. I have to try that. Oh my God, it's even telling me to take it home. Here's the back. And here's the palette itself. Cardboard. Got a mirror inside. And there's these shadows. It's not even showing up. Not even showing up right in the lighting. This is a glitter shadow, this one here. And this one is a frost, but it's, I don't know. Anyway, and these three are matte shadows. So if you just want to be, neutral, matte, you got that. You want shimmers or glitters or whatever, it's there. Anyway, so, and these, oh, I wore this when I first got this palette. I wore it every day for like 2 weeks or something. And I got all kinds of compliments on how wonderful and how good that shadow looks. So, okay, now we're going to talk about Sephora. This is a Sephora brand eyeshadow palette called Seeing Stars that my little boy, Sam, I have 2 dachshunds. One is Sam and one is Dean. You guys know already, Dean was having some tooth issues with some abscess situation. He's better now. He got on some antibiotics. He had surgery. He had the bad ones pulled out. And he's had a dental cleaning, and he's over it. So here's the palette itself. Anyway, but my Sam, he got me this palette for Christmas last year. Not sure. Right here underneath the mirror, it says, "One day, a cheeky little fox stole the most beautiful eyeshadows." And it's got like a little foxy, you can see my empty water bottles over there. It's got like a little foxy guy there. And here are the shadows. And as you can see, I haven't used it a lot, but I have used it a little bit. It's still good. Still good. Very neutral shadows. I don't know if they're still selling this at Sephora or not, but very good palette. Still very good. I've created, I think, 3 looks with this palette. But it's a good one. Anyway, this is the Sephora It palette. And it comes with this is a very plasticky box, and it comes with an insert that has some information on the back. And this palette is weird. It's squishy, and it's magnetized. Put it up like this. And yes, it's got a mirror, and it's got the names on the little insert. Brands. Hello. We like our names on the palette themselves. In case, you hadn't had enough beauty gurus tell you that. No, we need this, okay? So, it comes with a dual-ended brush. This is fluffy. It's a packer style, but it's fluffier. And this is like an eyeliner angled. It's an angled brush. Why can I don't know how long I've been a YouTuber. I don't know. It's got an eyeliner in the palette, and then there's frost. They're mostly frosty shades. One matte black over here, but these 3, yes, These three here shades are glitter shades. And so, but it's a good palette too. And like I said, I don't know if it's supposed to be luxury or drugstore because it's Sephora brand. So they only have luxury at Sephora. So kind of confused about Sephora brand. So there's that. Okay, so you guys know that I love my Carly Bible palettes. This one is the original. Okay, open it up. Aspire to Inspire. And they look like that. And these are eyeshadows, and this is a row of highlight. Gonna try to be a little quicker and move it along a little faster. This is the deluxe edition. This is the back. They both have sleeves. That's what the front looks like. Open it up. Aspire to Inspire. And again, pull it back for you. There you go. These are highlight shades. And if you like this palette, I have a palette series on my channel using this palette. So check that out. Subscribe to my channel. Check it out. It's pretty good. Okay, so the next palettes that we're going to talk about are my Crown Brush palettes. And I have no idea how much they cost. My mom got these on Top Hatter, and I don't know. This is the Smoke It Out 2 palette, 35 color. So if you're comparing it to other 35 color eyeshadow palettes, you know, you're going to be looking at like some of the stuff that Morphe has, or BH Cosmetics, or like the Jaclyn Hill palette. That's a 35 pen eyeshadow palette. This one comes with a mirror and the fanciness that we love. But here's the shades like this. This was the first 35 pen eyeshadow palette with the large pens that I ever got or was given or experienced. Girls, okay? If you can get your hands on this palette, it's another awesome one. I know, I like them all. I know, I'm a palette girl. I love them all. If they work, if they're good shadows, if they're good, then they're good, okay? Now, these are broken, so I'm not going to be able to hold them up very well to show you. Like this, you can see there, that's broken, okay? But the eyeshadows are gorgeous. I know it's Crown Brush, but I don't know the name of it. This broke in the move. And these come out, just so you have some idea. Here's the other one. There you go. Very pretty. And the bottom one has a little ribbon, a little pink ribbon. So you can pull them out if you so choose. Just a second, let me put it all back together. Now, this is another one that, see, there's nothing on this one at all. I just know that it's Crown Brush. Okay, this one looks like this, has the little ribbon. Okay, this palette got broke in the move also, only it wasn't the lid that broke, it was the shadow. So as you can see from the plastic, you can't really see it, blast. Okay, well anyway, I am going to do Hopefully you guys can see. Yeah, you can see that they're broken. I'm going to do a video at some point on my channel telling you guys, and there's 2 layers to this, but I'm not going to take the top layer off and show you guys the underneath layer just because I don't want to risk getting eyeshadow everywhere and losing it. But anyway, eventually I'm going to show you guys how to take broken eyeshadow and kind of DIY, put it back in the pan and make it awesome. I just haven't done that yet. So I have no idea how much those cost, but they're great. If you can come across those and get those, that it would be a really good choice for you. Okay, so next we're going to talk about Makeup Revolution. And if you haven't yet seen my Emily Edit the Wants palette review, then you don't know. But so you're going to find out today. Makeup Revolution, I have only tried eyeshadow products from them, but they're not my favorite. They are like the bad Profusion palettes, or, excuse me, like something you would buy. Oh, excuse me, hiccups. Pardon me. Like something you would buy at Claire's or something like that. They're just not, I just haven't found any that work for me. So, you know, and makeup is personal. So, you know, if you like Makeup Revolution and they work for you, great. If they don't work for you, then, you know, maybe you and I kind of have the same taste in eyeshadow palette and eyeshadows. So, I don't know. Anyway, this is Makeup Revolution Redemption Eyeshadow Palette Iconic in number 3. And these are supposed to be, I think, don't quote me, they're supposed to be dupes for the Naked palettes. And I think this is supposed to be the rose gold one. So like the Naked number 3 palette. They're not exact dupes, but they're supposed to be pretty close, I think. It just didn't do anything for me. It just, you know, I had the original Naked palette from Urban Decay when I got this palette, thinking that I would probably prefer the number 3, the Naked 3 palette. But I wanted to get this, try it out, and see if I could just buy these and it be cheaper for me and work. Great, let's do it. But I can't. So this is the only one I have like this. And as I told you before, I have all the Naked palettes because they work. So if they work, then they work. Then they're worth the money. This is the Redemption palette. Unicorns Are Real. Okay. And if you don't know me, I had to buy it because of the name of the palette. And if you don't know, these are like $7 at Ulta. Pull in a little closer. And you can see that shot right there shows you that I have dug in these colors. I have tried to make them work. I am a color girl. Look at me wearing purple. I'm a color girl. So I like it when they work. I have tried them. When I say I try something, it's not like I do a one-time first impression and, oh, I didn't like that. And no, I'm going to try it out, and then I'm going to try it again, and then I'm going to do another look, and then I'm going to do another look, and then it's going to be like, okay, if I'm having trouble with everything, this is not worth my time. Okay? Like that. I don't ever just pick up a palette and try it one time and go, okay, that's not for me. This is the Makeup Revolution Mermaids Forever Ultra Eyeshadows 32 Ultra Professional Eyeshadow Palette. The box looks like this. This is the back of the box. Keep all my boxes. This is what the palette looks like. And these are this one specifically is very professionally done. I really thought I would really enjoy this particular palette. It's got a large mirror in it. And you can see I have dug in those colors. Look at this one. This one right here. This one here. You can see I really dug in those colors. I've really tried to make those specific colors work for me. And they just didn't. You can see I've done blues. You can see they didn't work for me. So it's sad because they're so beautiful. They're such beautiful colors. These are, but they're just $7 or $8, so they're drugstore prices. Bought at Ulta. Try them out. If they're, if you like them, great. More power to you. Now, here's the exception to the Makeup Revolution palettes. Let me show you. These are the exception to the Makeup Revolution rule. Here we go. The Emily Edit palettes. This is the Needs palette, and this is the Wants palette. I have a series on my channel, palette series, that I just got through with. Right now, I haven't uploaded the review video yet, but everything else is up. I don't know if it's going to be up when you're seeing this or not. But if it is, check that out. We're going to look at this one first. This one is the Needs palette. That's what the box looks like. That's Emily Noel 83. She came out with these. They come wrapped, and this one comes wrapped in cellophane. And this is the very quality palette. Let's see, did I even show you? There you go. It's got kind of a rose gold. It's a blush color, pink, like a bridal pink shade with the rose gold writing. This is like a powder, like a finishing powder, contour, blush, highlight, and shadows. These 6 are shadows. Yes, this is a glitter purple. And she's done several looks on her channel with these palettes. So go check her out on her channel. I will try to link it below. I'm not good at that yet. So, if I mess it up, I'm sorry. But anyway, her YouTube name is Emily Noel 83. She's got several looks up using these palettes. She's also, if you're getting married, she's also got a look up that's specifically for brides using this palette. And I thought it was amazing. It was amazing. So there's that. This palette is $15 at Ulta, and this palette is $20 at Ulta. It's the back of the box. You guys can go out, and this one has a bubble wrap insert thing that holds the palette. This is kind of a peachy blush color with the rose gold writing. I am pulling my hair. This has a huge mirror. And this, here we go. How long have you been a YouTuber? Okay, there's the shades. And there you have all the shade names written on there. See, this is the thing. These palettes, these are like luxury palettes. Like I would put these palettes up against, like, you know, Urban Decay or Too Faced or whatever. I mean, they're just, once this is from this palette, this look is from this palette. And I've had it on a few hours now, and it's still going strong. And this one specifically, let's talk about this one for just a second. It's got, for me, and for some people, not for everybody, but for me, this palette had that utmost top layer of powder on it that was, it just didn't really do anything for me. You know, it doesn't send off any colors. It doesn't, you know, it's just powder. And once you get down below that little top, just teeniest little layer of powder, once you get below that, they're like luxury, they're like luxury palettes. They're just, they're like luxury eyeshadows. They're just awesome. So, and then the next one that you can buy at Ulta that is a Morphe product, but in my mind, I see it more as like a luxury product, even though Morphe is really kind of more in between. You know, it's sold at Ulta pretty much. This is the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe. It's the back of it. And I've noticed that some people have different pictures of Jaclyn and the palette and than everybody else. And this one also has a bubble protective case. This is what the palette looks like itself, and the 35 Dream colors on the back. And it says, this palette is dedicated to all my loving subscribers, XO Jaclyn there on top. And you can see this is a holy grail palette for me. Love that. Love that. I'm not going to put that back in. I'm going to be lazy and leave it there and put it up later. Okay, so now let's go with Tarte. Okay, so if you don't know luxury products, Tarte is a brand that they often have a lot of very girly type products, and I'll show you what I mean here in a minute, or and they do limited edition type stuff, but they're known for their Amazonian clay products, so face products. So you're talking about like foundation, eyeshadow, bronzer, contour, blush. You know, they do it in a lot of their stuff. So, and I don't know exactly what all is part of the Amazonian clay line and what isn't. So, you know, can do your own research there. But anyway, this is a limited edition one that came out, I believe it was last year, last Christmas. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. You can see on the little pineapple there, it says Tarte. And this is more of a face palette. And if you guys want me to do an in-depth review in my palette series of this palette, I will let you know, and then just in the comment section below. This is contour, highlight, 2 blushes, eyeliner, mascara, and lipstick, and then you have the shadows in the center. Sorry guys, way too close there. And they're gorgeous colors. Gorgeous. Some people say that Tarte's their limited edition holiday items are not as good as their everyday products. I don't know. This one is great. Hold on just a second. My phone is doing some weird stuff. Oh, hold please. Okay. I'm back. Okay, so when I'm talking about girly type stuff, this is what I mean. It's very glittery, 3D, gritty glitter on the box packaging. This is called Love, Trust, and Fairy Dust Eyeshadow Palette by Tarte. And the Tarte always has these weird, like the ends are the eyeshadow colors, like that. Look at that sparkle. See, this just says, hi, I'm a girl. I'm a girl. And I like makeup. And these are my grown-up girl toys. It looks like this. And up here at the top it says Love, Trust, and Fairy Dust. And at the bottom here it says Tarte. So I'm going to lean over like this, so it's not to glare you guys too bad. I'm getting enough glare with this. This is a highlighter shade, very frosty. And then the other shades, Summer Matte, Summer Frost. This, oh, sorry. Like this one here is very berry. And this one down here is like a pink frost. Anyway, I love this palette. This palette reminds me of what it was like to be a girl and get makeup at Christmas, to be a teenage girl and get makeup at Christmas, and it just be awesome. And like that's literally like these are my toys. These are my grown-up girl toys. You know, I don't have the money to buy, cars and motorcycles, and even if I did, I'm handicapped, so, motorcycles are, not really an option, but you know what I mean. It's not, this can be my choice. Anyway, when you're on a budget. This is the Tartiste Pro palette by Tarte. This is an Amazonian clay palette. It has a little insert. With several different looks that you can create and how to do that. I apologize for this palette. It looks really nasty. You can't help it. It's the plastic that they used when when the oil gets on it from your fingertips. It does this. That's not like eyeshadow you can wipe off. It's oil from my fingertips. And so Tartiste Pro, this is the back of it. And open it up. Huge mirror. It says Tartiste there at the bottom, and it's stable there. So this is as far back as it goes. And it kind of sits like that. So if you're doing your makeup and it's sitting on a table or something, you can, at the right angle, it sits all by itself. This palette is pretty good in that it's really good for beginners. So, like, if you take this palette and you look at it like this, these are, you're going to kind of use them like those colors together, okay? These two automatic highlight shades, these down here are obviously dark drama crease shades. These 4 round eyeshadows are frosted. This one down here is a duochrome, very similar to the Wet n Wild one. And I will swatch it on my other hand. I should do it on the same hand, but so you could see what they're like next to each other. But that's like a dupe for I guess the Wet n Wild color is like a dupe for this one. Anyway, but all of these other shadows here in the square pans are matte, and these are frosty. And so this is just a very good beginner palette. It's got reds. It's got the duochrome green. It's got like light pinks and lavender shades, and then, but they're not overly pink and lavender. They're very neutral, except for this one here. This one's very red, but they're very neutral shades. So anyway, Tarte. It's a favorite. It's a favorite. Okay. Let's go with Estee Lauder. If you guys don't know, Estee Lauder was like my holy grail brand, luxury brand company for a long time, and I would always ask for to get the Christmas makeup set. Like if you buy some perfume and they give you some makeup for like a discounted price, they give you a set. You guys know what I'm talking about, the holiday sets. Okay, I was really into them for a long time. This was the last holiday set I got. And you're going to see when I open it up that I really loved it. And this came with a couple of blushes. You see the mirror, and you can see I've hit pan on a few colors. This one down here is a purple, matte purple color. It's hard to see in that. Anyway, so there's that. Now let's go with, how about some Kat Von D? The very first luxury, like, well, okay, I didn't realize that there was luxury in drugstore when I was getting the Estee Lauder makeup. It just didn't occur to me that that was luxury. It was just makeup, okay? And then once I started learning a little more about makeup, then you understand there's luxury and it's high-end because of the price. And it's drugstore because of the price. Okay, well, my very first, well, I got two luxury eyeshadow palettes where I specifically went in and bought eyeshadow palettes. One of them I'm going to show you in a minute. It's the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. And, okay, for me, if you're going to spend $55, $40, $50, $55 on an eyeshadow palette, it needs to change my life. When I used the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, it was like I had never used eyeshadow before. It was that good. So, I got this one, the Kat Von D Shade and Light eyeshadow palette, at the same time. But they're all matte shades, so I was afraid to pick it up. I was afraid to use it. I am not a matte girl. I am a frosty girl. Come on, come out. Thank you. So, I wasn't sure what to do with this palette. So, here's an insert that it comes with and how to achieve those looks. And they've changed the packaging. When they first came out with the packaging, it was cardboard, I believe, but now, since it's part of their permanent line, they've made it this 3D plastic situation. This is what the back looks like with the names. Okay. And you open it up, and there you go. Okay. And I love this palette. It's great for beginners. It's great for, I think everybody needs this palette. And when I do the video series, the palette series about this palette, I will go into more depth. But you can see here, like, these colors are meant to be used together. These colors are meant to be used together. These colors are meant to be used together. So she's kind of got them grouped together to help you with putting on your, learning how to apply eyeshadow. It's great. Like I said, all matte. I think every woman that, or person, no shade, no offense, anybody that's going to be using eyeshadow needs to have this palette. And it's because it has every matte color, that neutral color, everyday color that you're going to want, that you're going to need. It's in here. The next one that we're going to talk about, I'm going to tell you about, is the Shade and Light Glimmer eyeshadow palette. This is the box. And it's holosexual. Oh, and the end there too is holographic. Oh man, it does all kinds of things to my insides when it's holographic, glittery, wondery wonder. Come out. Thank you. This one doesn't have an insert, and it is holographic. This here, the Kat Von D and the eye are holographic. So, Shade and Light eye, but they're not gold like the original. They're holographic. If you guys can see that. Mesmerizing. Okay. So, very similar mirror and situation. These are all, these three top shades are shimmer. No. Satin. Let's be clear. They have a little shimmer in there, but it's been so finely milled that it just, creates like a glow there. It's not really glittery or frosty, okay? And then each one of these sections has a really glittery shade. And so, like, this one is the really glittery shade for this section. The black one is the really glittery shade, and so on. And so, again, these are the exact same colors that are in the original Shade and Light Eye Contour palette where they're all matte, only these have some frost, shimmer, glitter, stuff like that. So, in my opinion, I don't know why she made this limited edition, probably because she's brilliant and she knew that not everybody is smart about or intelligent, or not the right words, educated. Not everyone is educated about color theory and that kind of thing, so they're not going to be thinking 15 steps ahead like somebody like me that's had color theory. And, you know, I mean, I do paint. Eventually, I've got a painting I'm going to put up back here so you guys can see it. I do landscapes and seascapes and oil. Anyway, so these two palettes, they work in conjunction with each other, as well as with any other palettes that you're going to bring into the situation. So in my mind, these two are like holy grail status. Everybody that uses makeup needs these palettes. These are the exact same. How long has she been a YouTuber? I don't know. These are the exact same colors. Oh, see there? You can tell the colors themselves are the same. They're exactly the same. These are glimmer, shimmer, whatever. These are matte. And so together, these palettes are going to create any neutral eye look you can desire, dream of, imagine. Okay? They're going to create it together. So she was brilliant in that. Look at what she created. This is like, in my mind, it's like, why didn't somebody else do this before? But then she made the Glimmer limited edition, probably because she knew that it wouldn't sell as well as the matte palette. So she's pretty brilliant. I think that, you know, knowing ahead of the game that, excuse me, not everybody was going to understand how they would work in their daily life and their routine. But anyway, I think she's brilliant. So, excuse me, hiccups. Sorry. So now we've reached the end nearly. This is we're going Too Faced. I'm gonna go with this one first, just because it's the smallest. We'll get it out of the way. This is the White Peach palette, and in the box. And Too Faced is another girly type company where they have amazing packaging. So, and they've come out with some all their peach products now, except for the Sweet Peach eyeshadow palette, I think, kind of has this look. See the little, did you see the little, notice the little peaches here? Put it close so you guys can see. Isn't it cute? And this is like, I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's like it's a soft rubbery type plastic. I don't know. Anyway, and you there's that. So it says Too Faced at the bottom of the mirror, and they're very that's as far back as it goes, and it'll kind of stay where you put it. It just, you know, if you're going to sit it down and look at it on the table, if you don't have a large vanity type mirror. Anyway, here are the colors, so you kind of get an idea. This one is very glittery, and so is this one. This one has a little issue, being as it's called Peach Ice. Looks really good. Sometimes it has an issue on the eye. Sometimes not. So that's just a little freebie for you. Little tip. Okay, so the next one we're going to talk about is the Sweet Peach palette. And like I said before, the Sweet Peach palette is the one that I got. This one and the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Contour palette, the matte, the original. These are the ones that I bought first, where I was like, okay, I'm going to go after a luxury brand specific eyeshadow palette. You know, that's my thing. And I did a lot of research, and before I bought the palettes. So I think that's probably why I was extremely satisfied with my purchases. Okay, comes with a little insert, looks like this. The way to create those looks are on the other side. And if it's, you know, please don't complain in the comments that I'm too fast, because I'm looking down here at my thing. We're an hour and 20 minutes in, and I'm not through. We're we got some more. So I'm trying to be really fast. This is not a review. It's just to show you, hey, this is my collection. Too Faced Sweet Peach. This is a tin. And if, my family knows how I feel about tins, I used to collect tins in a massive way. says Sweet Peach down there on the bottom. And then there's the shades. It's got some greens and some purples. And mattes, glitters, shimmers, frost, crap, satin. And it's one of those palettes that still smell overwhelmingly peach. So if you are smell sensitive, go into Sephora or Ulta, smell the palette. Rub your finger around in it, okay? Really, really, get in there and smell it, okay? Like, I smell it the whole time I'm putting it on, and then later on in the day, I'll be like, where's that peach smell? Oh, it's on my eyes. I still smell it, but I like it. Peach is my favorite flavor. It's my favorite scent, like foodie type scent. I will say the white peach palette is also peach scented, but light, easy peach. And so you smell it when you're putting it on, but after it's on, that's it. You don't smell it anymore. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar eyeshadow palette. Looks like this. In the back of the box. See? Keep all my boxes. Keep all my boxes, y'all. Is there an insert? Sounds like an insert. Not coming out like an insert. No. That's a stabilizer. Okay. So, looks like this. Little pieces of chocolate. Would say Hershey's, but they all kind of do that. And so, there's the mirror. And this does smell like chocolate. It's got real cocoa powder in it. And I love, this is one thing that I love, that it's tin. One thing that I love that they did with this palette that they didn't do with the Sweet Peach palette is that they created these large highlight shade pans. You use more highlight shade powder, eyeshadows than any other color that you use more highlight color. And so I think that this is brilliant. Brilliant. These are really good shadows also. Very, very Too Faced classic shadows. This was the original chocolate bar palette. This one I got for Christmas this last year or the year before, whenever it came out, I'm not sure. The gingerbread spice palette. Too cute, Too Faced. Too cute. See? I'm a girl, and I like it. I like being a girl, and I like having 10 toys to play with. See how cute. Oh, man. And the little gingerbread guy. Bite me. Okay. There you go. I'm trying to get the glare off so you can see more of the color of the shadows as opposed to the glare of the gold in the pan. That's really difficult. Okay. Shimmers, frost, mattes. Let's see. I think Frostbite Me is the one, this one here, that everybody complained about. And I will put it over here next to, next to the other one by Too Faced. Other swatch we did. See, it's got a little more vanilla in there than Stark White. It's this color here, not this one. This is the old one we did. Anyway, so it's just a little sample swipe for you. But this palette is supposed to smell like gingerbread. To me, it smells like sugar cookies. That's what it smells like to me. Sugar cookies. But they're, I don't know, they're just really all really good for me. I like them. So that's it. That's it. There's not any more. Oh, no, there's one more. Ah! You know, the one that escapes? This is my Naked Petite Heat palette. I love that. I love the eyeshadows laid out there like that and then broken edged. Oh, I love that. Images like that. Okay, this is cute. They're cute. And it's got, I don't know if you can tell, but there's little roses in the flame. Oh, I love that. Very cute. Full mirror. These are all, double check before I lie to you. Okay. These are all matte, except for this one down here, and it's a shimmer. See, it's just the faintest in the world. It's just the faintest little bit of shimmer that, all right, there we go. How long has she been a YouTuber? I don't know. It's just the faintest little bit of shimmer in there, but the rest are matte. And I know some of you ladies might be looking at this palette going, wow, that is really orange. It's gorgeous on the eyes. It's amazing. It's amazing what that color looks like on the eyes. Gorgeous. Anyway, so there you go. That's the complete collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's a little bit different. I know it's long, but I kind of felt like we had to get out of our, you know, Quick Tip Tuesday. Here's an eye look. Here's a review kind of routine we had going on. So I thought I would switch it up for you guys a little bit. I hope you enjoyed the little bit of fun and kind of hanging out like we're gal pals. I really enjoyed sharing this with you, and I hope you enjoyed it too. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Love you guys. Hi guys. I know, you thought we were through. So did I. I missed one, as it inevitably happens. Here's another Makeup Revolution palette. This is Fierce as Fire. Looks like this. I'm a little far away from you guys because I was cleaning up the mess and then realized there was another one that got away. Okay, so these are mattes, shimmers, okay? These are the shadows in here, and these on the outside are highlighter shades. I'm going to take it in close for you. So, you can see I have swatched this palette, but I haven't tried it out. So my earlier statements about not really enjoying Makeup Revolution palettes does not apply to this one. I haven't really tried it out yet. So anyway, I just wanted to, you know, have everything included there for you guys. And remind you also, don't forget, if you saw an eyeshadow palette that you want me to include in my palette series and do an intro with swatches, do eye looks, a review, let me know in the comments section below. I love you guys. Bye again.